And we are now jumping into accounting. Okay, my accountants, where you at? I know you were on here earlier because you were all capsing me that you were ready for this. So I am super pumped for accounting. If you're not in accounting, you got to check these out. You need to know what your accountants are doing on a day-to-day basis because they are amazing. So check this out. Our first one has to do with advanced budgeting. Now, we're in May right now. How many of you are about to enter into budgeting season, that June, July era? Let me know if you're about to enter budgeting season. I know a lot of you start in the middle of the year. This is for you, okay? Currently, if I am using advanced budgeting with Entrada and I come in here, if I want to create a new version of my advanced budget, or if I want to later on in the year reforecast, the only capability right now is you kind of have to duplicate it and start over from scratch, which all of you know is not your favorite thing. It's a lot of manual work. So I'm really excited to announce that we are releasing reforecasting for advanced budgeting, which will allow you to not only reforecast, but to use it for versioning. So I'm going to go ahead, click into my budget here. Like I say for all things resident profile related, if you ever question where something is at, you should probably check out the more actions. So underneath more actions, we now have this nifty little reforecast button. I can come in here, give it a name. I'm going to call it 2024 budget. This is version 3.0 for me. Okay. I can choose, do I want to keep all of the notes, the comments, and the activity, or remove them? Do I want to keep all of the manual adjustments or reset them to the system values? And then we've got this nice little slider down here that we get to determine. Let's say that I do this, maybe I've created my budget and now I'm coming back in August or September, and I want to now include all of my actuals for January through August and then budgeted values for September through December. You can use this slider to determine exactly which ones you want to bring over. From there, you click Create Reforecast. Now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to cancel out of this and come over here. And then you'll have this little drop down where you can see all of your versions for the budgets. You can play around with any of them. They're all going to be things that you can use. And you can create versions or reforecast off of any one of these versions. So for our budgeting folks out there, we are really excited to release that update for you. Make your versioning life a little bit easier. I even got an all caps in the chat, love it. And I love it too. All right, coming back on over. Let's talk about another. This is kind of similar to those read receipts. Small in nature, big in impact. We're talking about approval routes. So check this out. This is our current setup with approval routes. So I'm here and this is going to apply specifically to purchase orders and invoices. When I come in here and I'm coming in to add a rule for my approval route, let's say that I want anytime that a property manager at my company enters in an invoice or a purchase order, I want it to go through an approval route. Pretty common, right? So what do I have to do? Well, I would have to come down here and say the purchase order was created by a specific user or users, and then I have to go through and I have to select every single one of my property managers, okay? For those of you who have a lot of property managers, this could be very, very time consuming. I hope you see where I'm going with this. Now we're excited to release next week the ability to do the same thing, but by groups. So instead of having to go and individually select every single person, I can choose that a purchase order or an invoice was created by a specific group or groups. And then I can say all of my managers, and I save myself a whole lot of clicks setting up those approval routes. So accountants, yes, very nice. This will save you a lot of time and effort. Not only that, but then as people come and go in and out of your company, they will inherit that approval route if they are in those specific groups. All right. And our final, now admittedly, vendors is kind of like the final accounting one, but our final one of this accounting section has to do with disabling GL accounts. So accountants, once again, let me know in the chat if you have ever had to try and disable GL accounts before. And if so, did you like the experience? Okay. Yeah, you have had to try and do this before. For those of you who haven't, let me just show you real quick what that experience was previously like. Okay. I come in here to my master GL tree. I'm going to come in and try and disable a GL account and hit save. And what I get is this red box up here that tells me some vague information about where I need to go to try and disable this GL account and move things around. Okay. Admittedly, this was a hard experience, especially for those who have done this on a regular basis. Y'all check out how slick this new process is going to be for you. So I'm going to come in, same place I am in my master GL tree right here. However, when I click into edit, I'm going to toggle this to disabled and hit save and continue. And we are going to systematically walk you through everything that needs to happen in order to be able to disable this GL account. So you can see that I currently have 2 pending transactions, 2 purchase orders. I can come in here, click on that purchase order. It takes me right to it. I can move it through. I can either approve it or reassign it to a new GL account. As I come back, I can click refresh. And then all of those pending transactions that I had will update. Let me show you what it's going to look like when I come in. So I've got another one here. I'm going to go ahead and click save and continue. If I have already done all of those transactions, let me back out real quick, 4,900. Okay, we're going to disable this one, save and continue. If I've already done those pending transactions, okay, I can hit next. I can go to my property, all good there, hit next. Oh, I have some at my company. So I can do a quick GL replacement right there. And then once I'm all done, I can save that and disable it. So I see the love coming from the accountants in the chat. This one is awesome. It is going to just systematically take you through everything that needs to happen in order to get those replaced. All right.